Hello, and welcome back to the next episode in our Pillars of Eternity campaign, playing as Kasemir the Cipher. So we just arrived last episode in the Copperlane district of Defiance Bay, and there's quite a few different areas for us to explore here, and different points of interest, such as the Marketplace, Admeth's Den Expedition Hall, the Hall of Revealed Mysteries, the Scrivener's Dormitory, the Goose and Fox Inn, and the Catacombs, as well as a few other locations. So we've only just explored this little bit here, and we ran into Rowan, a member of the Dozens, who was preaching to some of the, I think, refugees and other commoners in the city. But we're going to continue on here and I think explore everything on the map here first before we go into any of the different locations dotted around. So let's do that. Such grim times. I'm glad that not everyone takes things so seriously. Oh, I just noticed that Adair has some dialogue, so let's speak to him.
The Dozens. Pretty sure you won't find one among them who stood within 100 miles of that bridge when the Godhammer went off. Too bad, too. Assumed there'd be less of them.
He shakes his head with a bitter smile. Why do they call themselves the Dozens? It was 12 Dirwoodens stood outside Halgard Citadel waiting for Widewind to cross the bridge there. They had to hold him there long enough for the Godhammer to detonate, so that's what they did. Godhammer? That's what they called the bomb they blew up Widewind with. Don't know much about it other than that. Anything kills a living god, guess you gotta name it. What do you have against the Dozens exactly? Nothing serious. Nothing I don't have against a lot of folks anyway. The Dozens, they like to take things into their own hands. Gets ugly sometimes. We don't have 'em in Gilded Vale, but they'd be right at home there. They picked that name so they could do what they wanted and feel like it was right. Got nothing to do with honor or sacrifice. They like to invoke Margarin too, when they especially want to feel right. Somehow, I don't think she'd be too impressed with that lot. I'm sure she'd like to set 'em on fire anytime they use her name. But the gods probably got rules against that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, people hide behind symbols so they can't be questioned. The Duke's a reasonable man. Maybe while we're in Defiance Bay we can get him to force people to call themselves what they are. Don't imagine they'd have as many members if they called themselves the loudmouth sheepfuckers. Fair enough, Adair, fair enough. Let's continue on. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's have a look around here. Mercenary. We're the ones who beat Red Ceres in the Saints' War. It takes a smooth tongue to solve problems, doesn't it? Yes, it does. What do we have here? Your time has come, Sigrun. Your life is at its end. Oh, Lafton, she calls to me, the pallid knight. And you have such poor luck with women as it is. I cannot die yet. My children. What of my children? I heard there are less tame performances somewhere in Ondra's gift. But you have no children. Of course I do, you fool. A wealth of them. Great armfuls of golden... That is, golden-haired tots. All of whom I love dearly. Ha! That Orlin is so funny. Do you like theatre? I come here as often as I can. Okay. I don't know how funny that was, to be honest. Maybe humour in, The Stelgar slain, on rides Mokka, great hero of our tale. And though it may splinter my soul, I will... La! Oh, just, warming up. Alright, that should have been more like a la la la. I will not. Damn, what's the line? On one, two. Though it may splinter, there was a fair maid from Anchenze. Now a feat of dexterity from our friend Lafton. A what? And so, yes? Alright. Lafton will be juggling for your amusement. Go on, Lafton. But I can't juggle. Interesting. Alright, let's speak to Kadal and Lumdala. Sorry, can't talk right now. Alright, let's speak to Lumdala. The statuesque woman has a gaze that could cut stone. She turns her chiseled cheekbones to the sky and favors you with a look of acknowledgement. Her eyes shimmer under silvered eyeshadow and a razor-precise line of kohl. Before you can speak, she throws her hand up in a dramatic fashion.
Good day, stranger.
Autographs! After the performance, please. Great art requires great concentration, and greatness is expected from the revel of stars.
I decided to give her that accent. What is the Revel of Stars?
We are the finest theatre troupe in the city. We believe that the best art is immersive and true to life.
She looks at the amphitheater with a rapturous expression.
We stage our performances right here in Copperlane for the edification of all. I suppose I can spare a moment for a fan.
What do you do exactly?
That depends entirely on the demands of the role.
She lays a slender hand on her chest.
I am the pallid knight, the widow of the wood, and the warrior queen Mokka, all at different times. To live a different life each day is a glorious thing indeed, my friend.
Does the Revel of Stars take in many new members?
But of course, good drama is a balm to the soul, and we wish to offer a true theatrical experience to as many as possible.
What kind of members do you take?
We'll take in the new and old, the tall and small, the experienced and inexperienced, whoever is best suited to fulfill a role to the utmost.
How long do you keep members?
As long as they are able to satisfy the demands of their roles.
She smooths a wayward strand of hair.
True acting can be a grueling process, so some last longer than others.
Alright, I'd like to ask something else.
Very well. If you happen to know any aspiring thespians, please send them my way.
Her lips stretch into a hungry smile.
We always have a place for novices.
Alright, I'll duly noted. Farewell.
How do you do?
I really should spend this time getting into character.
Okay, she's got no more dialogue. So we'll just, aha.
Very nice. Hidden a loot in a loose flagstone.
Amethyst, Blackson, and an oaken scarab figurine, which summons 3 wood beetles once per rest. That's still very good. Let's just give that there for the moment, and we'll figure out who to allocate it to. That's quite a powerful, I mean, it seems powerful anyway, because I remember those wooden beetles being pretty hard to kill in the, the endless paths of Bodnua. But, having said that, I think that was partly because I wasn't using enough, corrosive damage.
You were so lovely back then.
Who is this? Dalton. Oh, there's something over here as well. Crumbled loaves and shredded flyers float on the water. Some of the plays they put on at the amphitheater are quite good. Well, I, sir, beg to differ. Let's speak to Dalton. This elderly man paces back and forth, taking short, hobbled steps. His gaze is distant, and beneath it are the dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to be having a conversation with someone who isn't there.
And the way you fought, cutting down 2 at a time, we shared quite a victory, you and I.
Who are you talking to? The man looks up at you, startled.
My! Oh! By the flame! For just a moment I thought I heard her.
He puts a hand on his chest, catching his breath. What troubles you?
Just the memories of my youth in the Northwatch Ranges. Trials and adventures from a lifetime ago. He shakes his head. Of late, the memory of lost battles and fallen friends has been especially vivid.
Tell me about these memories.
It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout the Deerwood then. We thought we'd adventure together forever, collecting coppers and inspiring songs. The wrinkles around his eyes deepened. That was until we faced Helig of Thane. He was a wizard whose experiments in necromancy left a trail of bodies, some reanimated, from Solace Vale to Midwood. We tracked him as he fled toward the Valian republics, catching him just west of the Lake of Drowned Tombs. We were fools. Seasoned as we were not prepared for his foul magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat. Not me. By some curse of the gods, I was knocked out, and when I awoke, my rangers, my Rowena, they were all dead. He holds empty air in his arms. Who is Rowena? My friend, my comrade in arms, and my love. We'd planned to adventure together until we grew old enough to settle down and enjoy our fortunes. Young as we were, we couldn't imagine anything would tear us apart. I know this sounds like an old man's madness, but I hear her, a voice just over my shoulder, calling to me in my dreams. At night I see her wandering the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea that she's somehow down there, waiting for me. I've even ventured below, though damn near cost me my life. He hesitates. Were I half the warrior I was in my youth, I'd search every grave and rat hole. As it is, I'm stuck with this feeble body, and the agonizing notion that my love is somehow down there, beyond my help.
You want me to chase a dream?
It's more than that. I know it. My dreams were never more than faded memories. But this feels as real and as fresh as the conversation we're having now. If it's payment you're concerned about, I still have plenty of weapons from my old adventuring days. They're well made, and they'll serve you on the battlefield, or at a merchant's stall, as you choose.
Alright, I'll search the catacombs for a sign of Rowena. Tears spring to the old man's eyes.
There's an entrance just southwest of here, on the other side of the canal.
He sniffs and wipes his eyes.
You are truly a gift from the gods, if there's anything you can find of her.
Alright, so we have to search the catacombs.
Hail, traveler.
His tired eyes brighten. Did you find her? No, still searching. Haven't left yet, but I'll get to it.
Keep quiet.
Don't worry. Okay, so there's nothing there.
I've never seen this production before. Perhaps we could see how it turns out.
I think not, Alof. The acting leaves a little bit to be desired. That goes to First Fires, which is the central district. And I think the big temple, isn't it? A couple more refugees. I didn't want to come here, but my village wasn't safe anymore. Business around here took a hit when Stalwart's mines dried up. I have a scrivener over here. The life of a scrivener sure is rough on the eyes, but it pays well. Okay. These are backer NPCs. Fun for flavor,
Keep an
but
eye out.
not essential. Grimdar is especially cranky today, and that's saying something. So, did you get him the dagger? What? No, of course not. Geordie's a nice kid, but March steel is expensive. He'd probably cut his fingers off anyway. What are they talking about? Admeth's Den might have work for someone of your background. Have you been to the expedition hall yet? You might find your type of work there. And if you need an inn for the night, Goose and Fox has the softest beds and the best ale. The Crucible Knights have been warning everyone to stay out of the catacombs. They're not safe anymore. Well, that is on our list to go to. If you're a scholar, you'll want to visit the Hall of Revealed Mysteries, and I will certainly do that. in due course. So that goes to Lumdala's house. She's the actress lady. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries is where you want to go if you need the services of a scholar. Don't fret, sir. I will do that.
I'll take a look.
What's wrong with looting? No one's touched those artifacts in No one's touched those artifacts in centuries. My tongue got all tied there. That's a grappling hook. That's useful. That goes to Pernisk's house. Just have a look up the side here. That's another backer NPC. See if there's anything down here. Some refugees. Gotta laugh now and then, right? Such grim times. I'm glad that not everyone takes things so seriously. The shields have been battered and scarred in long ago battles. Okay. So we'll have to go up there to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. And then I guess the Expedition Hall, the various houses, and the Scrivener's Dormitory, and then the inn. Oh, and the Marketplace, which we'll look at presently. Okay. That goes somewhere as well, but it's not marked on the map. We'll check that out in due course. More backer NPCs, Matthias Nicholas and Kondar Fried. Alright, and we've got Igrun here.
Hail and well met.
Igrun stands behind a stall, polishing a broadsword. The patterned flesh around his eyes is crinkled with age, and the muscles in his arms are knotty and lean. But he holds the weapon with ease. He nods at you. Come to take a look? You won't find a finer collection of armor and weaponry in Defiance Bay. Outside Sonil's, of course. He flashes a crooked grin. I think he's an Amawa, but I've decided to give him probably a Valian accent, so make up some backstory. He was raised as an orphan by Valian merchants. There you go. What's so special about Sonild? She operates in the Expedition Hall. He jerks a thumb over his shoulder. Sells the best equipment in the city. But Waynon keeps her on a short leash. Keeps her fine inventory reserved for chartered expeditionists, members of the dozens, and anyone else he takes a liking to. Alright, let me see what you got. So, he's got some cool stuff. A warbow, a unique scepter, pike, and a warhammer. All fairly expensive. Might be worthwhile, we'll have to consider. Oh, he's also got this unique medium armor. And this unique helm, +2 intellect. That's not bad. I'll consider all of these things. That might be good for Durance.
How do you do?
Anything in particular you'd like to see? No. Not at this stage. Peregrine. The Orlan woman bounces up and down at your approach. Remember me? We met by Mardmer Bridge. She slaps you playfully on the shoulder. Thanks for helping me out back there. As promised, I'll give you the best prices in town. If it weren't for you, I'd still be broke. I think that's the Orlan we found those supplies that dashed on the shoreline from her ferry or something. But yeah, alright. So she sells some traps. Some of these might be useful, but I don't think we need any right now. Adventuring supplies, you need them, I have them, the Orlan woman says with a smile. Care to see my selection? No, that's alright. We've got Laura here. Heritage Hill claims another curious soul. Who's this person? We remind all visitors to Defiance Bay that the hill is sealed for the city's protection. And furthermore, that the trade of Engwithan artifacts is strictly forbidden. A crier, okay. Please move along. I have a long list to get through. Alright, fair enough. Let's speak to Laura.
Good day to you.
The young woman stands by a cart, watching the crowd with large, bright eyes that focus on you as you approach. Take your time, traveller. If you're looking for enchanted scrolls or garb, you've come to the right place. Show me your wares. So you've got Seal of Faith, +1 for priest spells at the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd levels. That's pretty good, but geez, that's expensive. Telda's Ring, same thing, but +2 for 2nd level and +1 for 4th level. Also quite good, but also expensive. +9 deflection and then +9 defenses. Those are quite good too. Be good for a tank. And then a bunch of scrolls, an Ashwood cameo figurine which summons a Delimgan. Very expensive though, but not bad, but only once per rest, so don't weigh all that.
How do you do?
Always good to see a familiar face. How can I help you? No, that's alright. Then we've got Narmer up here.
How do you do?
The merchant smiles brightly. Well met, traveller. Are you interested in purchasing any rations for your journeys? So he sells meat, including dragon eggs, +3 resolve. While full-grown dragons can grow to titanic proportions, their eggs start out just larger than a human torso. They make for very filling meals if one is willing to brave the risk of raiding a nest. Alright, very expensive as well. That's everything in the marketplace. The Copperlane marketplace has everything you could ever want to buy. To be honest, I wasn't overly impressed. Although, no, I didn't really look at any of the weapons properly. Alright, let's, I'm just thinking, let's go up to the expedition hall. We're the ones who beat Red Ceres in the Saints' War. The Knights patrol to keep us out of the ruins, but who keeps them out? Best bounty that's come up in a long while. And guess who steals it out from under me? Bine, that rotten bastard. At least he didn't kill you. Him and the Giant Slayers are mean sons of bitches.
Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
So there's Admet's Den. So there's obviously some ruins in the city somewhere.
The dozens may not like us foreigners much, but they certainly don't mind taking our coin.
Alright. Duke Avar's a man of the people. He won't let this animancy nonsense go on. What's wrong with looting? No one's touched those artifacts in centuries. Fair enough. Let's have a look around. Stealthy, stealthy.
How may I help?
Let's use... Who's got good stealth? I think I do, actually. For Book of the Hunt, excerpts from the sermon and the dozens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Waynon. So we are forced into dialogue, or is this just a cutscene? No, we are. Bandon Lear. A well-groomed man steps through the hall with a confident swagger, a smug grin etched on his face. He is flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. Bine the Nimble. One of his companions eyes you for a moment before spitting chew at your feet. Another pup come wandering in, I see. Just know that Bine's giant slayers run things around here, and you'll be fine. Never heard of him. His eyes narrow. You have now. Stick around Defiance Bay and you will again. Plenty of bounties to go around, but there's a reason the giant slayers get the lion's share. Remember that. A voice bellows across the hall. Enough jabber, Bine. You gonna do the job or talk about it? His jaw tightens. Waynon's right. That coin ain't gonna collect itself. He looks at his comrades and jerks his chin towards the door. See you around, pup. Alright. So that's another mercenary outfit, I guess. Daggers mark the locations of various Ingwithan ruins. Notes posted around the map list bets on current expeditions. Alright, let's just keep... Oops. Accidentally alt-tabbed. Let's just keep having a look around. Keep your guard up, or I'll give you something to guard, damn you. What do we have here? I don't know why I can't click that. Yeah, weird. Someone scrawled Commander Cleaver across this dummy in chalk. Or maybe that's Commander Cliver, I don't know. Arrows are for practice only in the expedition hall. Or, sorry, are for practice in the expedition hall only. Purchase weapons for personal use from Sonild, no exceptions. Osric. The edges of these swords have been blunted for practice.
For the last time, Aidwig, keep your fucking blade up. If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off.
This man watches the training adventurers with the disinterested contempt of someone whose skills are wasted in this setting. He barks at one of them. Tell me about Expedition Hall. It's treasure hunting, plain and simple. Sponsors put up money, hire adventurers to explore the wilds, looking for ruins mostly. If they come back alive, they split the spoils. If not, it's because they handle their weapons like this lot in front of me, who might as well be digging their own graves right now. Got business with me? I'm looking for work.
You want an expedition? Talk to Wenin. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Wenin clears his throat in the background, and Osric's mouth puckers. Although, he sizes you up, I do have something I need done. Something that requires... He glances sidelong at an adventurer flailing away helplessly at a dummy. Competence. What do you need done?
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Why don't you just go and ask for it back?
No. Oh, they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
Osric looks away from you, his jaw protruding. Doesn't sound like leaving the Crucible Knights was your choice.
You don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true.
He stares off a moment.
Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
Nothing more destructive than a crowd with the wrong idea. Yeah, you said it, Adair. And what's this armor?
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out.
He nods with a trace of gratitude. He leans in closer. I got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited a forger in Ondris Gift right after having his soul lineage read by a cipher in Dunwood Row. Should you have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there? Well, drinks on me. Having his soul lineage read?
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find Penhelm's, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
Okay. Sagani scratches the back of her neck. If generations of Masuk's traditions are any indication, this Penhelm probably doesn't remember it. Still, a past like that has to count for something. Alright, I need to hire an adventurer. He grunts. Maybe more than one, by the look of you. Hey, I'll show you who's available. Alright, no, we just create our own. That's fine. So we've got the Rogue Knight quest. Let me know how it goes with the Knights. Yeah, we'll do. Farewell.
I'm on the trail.
Most of the ruins worth exploring are out past Deerfoot. The outer bands of this target are pocked with countless holes, so they're inaccurate. Commander Cliver or Cleaver? Or Cliver? Probably Cliver, I would think. That's
I'll
locked.
get it open.
But I have the
Finished.
skills. Nice. Free gold.
Margaret's
Alright,
fire
we'll
casts
speak to
light
Wenan
dark
in a little bit.
places.
I thought it was Waynan, but apparently it's Wenan. When in doubt, speak to Wenan.
Nice and slow.
But I just want to explore the rest of this area. It's not that it's that big. Forget the keep. Admeth's Den is the real heart of Defiance Bay. Senild. Now you're the one with the good loot, isn't it?
Well met, friend.
The woman looks up from polishing a dagger. Haven't seen you before. You headed out with an expedition company? She raises an eyebrow. Or are you betting on one? Tell me about the expeditions. They're groups of adventurers that venture into the wilderness. More than a few of them try their luck scouring the ruins. Most of them come back empty-handed, if they come back at all. Betting on them is almost as risky as actually going, but that's how the expeditions get funded, and every once in a while, one of the adventuring companies will strike it big and make a fortune for their backers. How long have you worked at Admeth's Den? She leans on the countertop and drums her fingers. Oh, a few years. I got in the minute the last merchant cleared out. She nods toward the main area of the hall. They've got new expeditions venturing out every week, so this is a great place to do business. And the dozens make loyal friends, and loyal customers, so long as you stick by them. She taps the counter. The vendor who was here before me, they ran him out when he sold his best helms to a pair of Crucible Knights. I've been careful not to make the same mistake. Yeah, fair enough. Can I buy anything, though? I'm afraid not. See, the dozens only do business with me so long as I only do business with them, and they're good customers. She jerks her thumb at the door. But if you get on Osric's good side, he could make an exception for you. He's probably training some of the new recruits right now. Alright, so do Osric's quest and get access to Senild's inventory. Cool. Farewell. Oh, do you have any more dialogue? So the Wilds haven't claimed you yet. She smiles. Good to see you again. No, okay. Do I have enough stealth abilities to steal this from under her nose? Doesn't look like it. Am I wearing my stealth boots though? Yeah. That's alright. I wonder if I can unlock that without...
I'll get it open. Finished.
Yeah, cool. So at least I get the experience. All it has is a scroll which increases lore, so it's not even really that useful, to be honest. Alright.
Nice and quiet.
But at least I get the XP from unlocking the chest. And this one I can unlock and steal.
Finished.
That one has a quarterstaff. Again, there's not much valuable loot locked behind these chests.
I'll get it open. Finished.
This one has a rope and grappling hook and a geological map. This map marks areas of geological activity in the Deerwood and Erglanfath. Of note is a description of a cavern where molten rock flows within a deep chasm. Interesting. Take that. So it's a quest item, apparently. So it should come in handy at some point. Alright, let's speak to Wenan. Yeah, I did. I read that before. Alright.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
This rough-looking man glances at you briefly as he scans the mercenaries milling around the room. Tell me about the dozens. Wenan's expression becomes serious, the timbre of his voice deepening. Good men and women trying to walk in the footsteps of great men and women who came before us. We're a loose association of warriors and expeditionaires. Sorry, expeditionaires. Expeditionaries, rather, in the Deerwood. Not as fancy as the Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we remember our roots. At least they remember someone else's roots and pretend to be like them, he means. Your roots? The Crucible Knights take pride in having won the Deerwood's freedom 150 years ago, but we're the ones who've protected it. Everyone knows that the Saints' War ended when the Godhammer destroyed Widewen at Ewendir Bridge. A lot of folks don't know how Widewen wound up on that bridge. Sorry, Evonduir, I don't know. 7 men, 5 women. They walked out of Halgart's citadel and faced down a guard. Held him there until the bomb went off. He thumps the table. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need matching armor and silky cloaks to remember our roles. We're the same now as we were then. We stand up for the people. First line of defense, whatever it takes. We got new enemies now. If it's not Widewin, it's his damned legacy. It's the damn soul butchers in Brackenbury, making things worse on all of us. Probably causing the whole thing, one way or another. Well, we haven't gone anywhere, and there's a lot more than 12 of us now. We defended Deerwood once. We'll do it again. Wennon casually nods your way. His eyes continue to float from mercenary to mercenary as he speaks. What else do you need? I'm looking for work.
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
He looks you up and down. Finally, he points to a man leading drills. Osric sent me to you. I was looking for an expedition. I have expeditions, but they're not just for anyone. We dozens help those of like mind and deed. How about you give Osric a hand first? Show us where you stand. I'm not going anywhere. Alright. I wonder if Osric has anything more to say. No. Alright, let's leave. So we've met the dozens in Expedition Hall, which is their headquarters. Maybe now we'll go to the... I'm just thinking maybe the Scrivener's dormitory? We'll do the houses last, because I think it's probably worthwhile doing the more official places before we try breaking into people's homes. Well, not breaking in, just entering, but you know what I mean. So, Scrivener's dormitory. Rogues have the highest weapon damage output of any class through their sneak attack ability. Well, that's interesting. Spilled tea, empty ink pots, and one detailed sketch of a fire-breathing old dwarf are all that remain of a long study session.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
+3 stealth, not bad. Maybe we can rob Senild with that scroll. Could be worthwhile looking into. Scroll of Prayer against Restraint. It's immunity to Stuck and Hobbled. We've got Corrin over here. The sturdy bunks are topped with thin blankets and even thinner mattresses.
Got it. Finished.
Just thinking, we'll speak to Corrin in a little bit, but let's just explore first. You must be here for Corrin. I don't know how Corrin's hidden his little racket from Oh, excuse me. Someone's been sneaking naughty picture books from Old Valia into the dorm. I won't say who. Let me guess. Is it Corrin? Could it be Corrin? It smells like old stockings in here. The pay's good. I live as close to the library. Oh, sorry. I live close to the library, and I can read as many books as I like. As I want. Everyone's pretty loose-lipped about Corrin's racket, evidently. I presume it's Corrin's racket. A rancid stench rises from the basin. The dishes at the top of the pile are flecked with morsels of meat and cheese. Those at the bottom are coated in a slimy fuzz.
Yeah.
Well, that's very unhygienic.
Huh?
Alright. Let's go speak to Corrin. Howdy, Corrin.
Greetings.
By Whale's eyeless face, you are one short ogre. But why are you green? And how are you getting the ducks to keep flying around you like that? I'm not an ogre. He cautiously reaches his hand towards you, then pulls back. Better not. Ducks are poisonous. He beams at you and nods his head. Okay. You're a scrivener?
He nods. Yes, I am a scrivener. I read books, I write books. I once ate a book, but only because it looked like sweet pie. Or perhaps it was sweet pie baked to look like a book. Interesting. Oh, I'm also a collector of herbs. Flowers, plants, I sell them. Mostly I eat them. Tell me about the dormitory. It's where the scriveners who work at the Hall of Revealed Mysteries sleep. I'm a scrivener. He sniffs. This place smells like old stockings. Okay, show me what you have for sale. So he is a drug dealer. I thought he was sneaking in naughty things, but apparently he's just dealing in, well, drugs, herbs.
Hail and well met.
Corin sways slightly from side to side. Your skin's still green, but you've lost your ducks. Okay. So we know where to go if we need some medicinal assistance of the herb variety.
Well, whatever happens, at least we're out of that mud hole, Gilded Vale. I grew up in Gilded Vale. Quaint. That's what I meant to call it. No, you had it right.
I shall be discreet.
Try being subtle next time when you're criticizing the birthplace of a fellow party member. Next thing you're going to start ragging on Rawatai. Connor will get all uppity. Alright. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Let us see what mysteries it can reveal.
I'd wager there are more than a few banned books in here.
That's good. There's plenty of people to talk to. Welcome to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Priest of Whale. May the 100 visions be revealed to you. Okay. We've got backer NPC there. The books on these shelves cover the history and mythology of Old Valia. Actually, we should
Be quiet.
sneak around. You never know when you might come across like a hidden book or, something else interesting. The symbols on these pages writhe and shift. They're dizzying to look at. These titles all refer to Glanfathan mathematics and advanced geometry.
How may I help?
I'll just move around with my character, I think, so we can steal some books. The Midwife's Memoirs and the Adir Empire Part 2 Expanding Borders. We have a lot of books that we will eventually need to read, I think. Priest of Whale, Priest of Whale. The good thing is you can open them and read the books without stealing them, so it's always cool. True Stories from the Living Land, Selected Correspondences of Giftbringer Iden. The Travels of Errol of Levi, 2662 to 268. Did I explore this part? Can't remember. 10 Years Dawn and Adiri Customs. This one we can steal, so may as well. One good change they made in Pillars of Eternity 2 was they split mechanics. They gave, like, no entry into the archives without Grimdar's permission. Elder Archives, okay. So we'll need Grimdar's permission to get in there. Unless there's a secret entrance? No. Daily Affirmations of Focus and Efficiency, The Saints' War Part 1. Final Journal of Jonas. And Missives of the Hand Occult. Okay. Some interesting reading material. Not for your average Sunday. The Many Faces of Barath, Saints' War Part 2. I think I read that one before, yeah. Alright, so, if we want to get into the Elder Archives, can we stealth in? Doesn't look like it. That priest is guarding it.
So, we'll have to get Grimdar's permission. Keep searching. The obscured leaves clues for those who seek. Impossibly, this painted eye seems to move whenever you turn your back. Interesting. Alright, I think that's everything that we can access, so let's speak to Fexa first, and then to Grimdar.
Good day, stranger.
The woman barely glances up from the tomes on the table as you approach. You're welcome to browse the stacks, but mind that you keep your voice down. This is a temple, after all, and Grimdar doesn't tolerate disorder. Who's Grimdar? Fexa speaks reverently. Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing anyway. She scratches behind her ear. You should probably tread lightly around her today. Anything else? You said this was a temple earlier, but it looks like a library. Her eyes grow wide and round. That's because it is. Whale is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption and decryption, concealment and revelation. She raises her hands to the rows of shelves. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and the protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. To think there's such a place in the Deerwood. Incredible. I'd love a glimpse of the archives. How many secrets must sit upon these shelves? Fascinating. Isn't it? Temples dedicated to Whale tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. And tell me about yourself. She throws her broad shoulders back. I am a scrivener and a devotee of Whale. It's my duty to look after our records and resources. Her chest swells with pride. All right, farewell.
Good day to you.
Fexa greets you with a curt nod. You again, how can I help? No.
Yeah.
I have nothing further to ask of you. Grimdar.
Good day to you.
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks as tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at you. You're welcome to look around, but let the priests and scriveners continue their search. She shoots the nearest robed figure a withering glare. Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses. Tell me about yourself. I am the High Archivist of Hall of Revealed Mysteries. She coughs loudly into her fist, and I am too old and too busy to be bothered with inane questions. Even just one or two? Kana sighs. What else do you need? Tell me more about Whale. Her smile reveals a row of crooked teeth. That's the rub, isn't it? Whale is the god of things hidden and revealed. The more of the 100 visions one sees, the more one has yet to discover. Though we often call Whale he who sees and is not seen, it is neither male nor female. To assign any definitive characteristic to Whale is to miss another essential part of its divinity. What do you mean the 100 visions? A term of reverence for Whale's many revelations. Despite the name, they're infinite. Each epiphany leads to yet another enigma. Whale is like the god of the gaps incarnate, then. And I thought I was busy. Alright, what are your priests looking for? Maybe I can find it. She sizes you up, stroking her chin. Could you now? She scowls at the robed priests again. You certainly couldn't do worse than this lot, anyway. Thieves made off with an ancient scroll of Whale. They intend to blaspheme by selling that which should remain hidden, a secret of the 100 visions. Her wiry eyebrows arch over her spectacles. The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse and the road to Deerford. Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do with them, but bring back the scroll. Whale rewards the persistent seeker, and so do I. An ancient scroll of Whale. There's a fine prize. I mean, a worthy task. I've got questions about the missing scroll. Ask. Tell me what you know about the thieves. Very little, except that they were foolish to believe they could steal from the god of secrets. That, and they were fleeing to a farmhouse. And how should I handle the thieves? However you can. Kill them, rob them, leave them, it makes no difference to me. She waves a hand and smiles grimly. I'll consider it one of Whale's mysteries. And what's so special about this scroll? Whale is the god of secrets. If I told you that, I'd cheapen it, wouldn't I? She cackles. It's a parable. That kind that nourishes the inquisitive mind and poisons the foolish. Okay. And it seems odd that a few burglars managed to steal from a place like this. Grimda huffs and squares her shoulders. Some secrets Whale keeps even from me. Okay. Alright, farewell. So, the Parable of Whale, new task.
Welcome.
Grimda glances down her spectacles. Ever inquisitive, I see.
Right.
Yes, indeed I am. Alright. I thought that guy might have disappeared, but he does not patrol, unfortunately.
Good day, stranger.
Fexa has no extra dialogue. Alright, so that's all we can do in the Hall of Revealed Mysteries for the moment, without causing a massive battle, or otherwise figuring out a way to stealth past that guard into the archives.
Have you ever chased a skirt wizard? Or do you merely hide behind them?
Don't pawn your personal problems off on me.
They will use you, cast you off when it suits them, never speak another word to you.
Maybe they just don't answer to fiery whore.
Hang on, these scriveners are saying something. Someone actually stole something from the hall? How'd they manage to do that? Whale only knows. Grimda's looking for someone to blame, though, so stay clear of her for a few days. Alright. So, where to now? We can go to the catacombs, or the Goose and Fox, or we may as well do some of the houses. It's on the way around. And then we'll go Goose and Fox, and then we'll go back to that house over there.
I'll see what I can find.
This painting depicts the famous scene from The Light of Dawn, in which the traveller and the ghost happen upon a starving man. So far, nothing interesting in here, really. Although, that's interesting. Locked door, but needs a key. Bit of copper. Okay, no, nothing I can do to get into that. Alright. Leave that house. Let's go to this house. Okay, wow, addicts and mercenaries. Wait, what's happening? Am I imagining this? Pernisk always has the best supply. A couple of crude beds have been improvised from an assortment of tattered blankets and pillows. Dribbles of some dark liquid stain the fabric. Feel free to make yourself comfortable down here. Top floor's off limits. I can't believe Pernisk is letting us use this place. He never let us do that before. This your first time here? You'll be back, I'm telling you. Pernisk is the man to talk to if you want to buy. I'll see it again. I will. I have to. Svef. She has some kind of drug. I guess these guys are addicted to it.
I'll see what I can find.
Don't start any trouble. Try not to break any of the furniture. If you aren't here to buy something, get gone. This book of Valian love sonnets has a dedication on the first page. To my beloved Kenra. Alright, I'll speak to Pernisk in a second. Someone has peeled the labels from these bottles. They're stuffed with a dark, gunky pulp. Oh. Okay, he won't let us go in here. The guard holds up a hand as you approach. You can turn right back around. The lower floor's all yours, but nobody goes upstairs. Why not? He scowls. Because you'll be breathing through new holes in your neck if you head up there. That's why. Just mind your own business. Once you're on the Cipher, you're not going to care much where you are anyway. I don't want to go up there just yet, so... actually, if I bribe him now, he'll probably just let me wander around down here and I won't have to bribe him again. So any chance you could look the other way? The guard narrows his eyes, then takes the money. I do like the view over this way. He turns around.
Hello? Hello?
The pots are crusted shut with some unidentifiable gunk. And that has some grain. And then there's the upstairs section.
Aye?
Huh?
Wonder if I can steal the grain without getting caught. Oh, can. Easy.
Yeah.
Alright. The guard pointedly ignores you. Alright, that's fine. What I want to do now is steal this one once that guard patrols back the other way.
I'll get it open. Finished.
It's got some Peridot coins. And then we'll go speak to Pernisk.
Hail, traveler.
The man before you flashes you a toothy and rather unpleasant grin. Well now, a new face. Welcome, friend. Name's Pernisk, and this, he gestures to the room around you, is my humble abode and place of business. And I do hope you're in here to do some business. He glances at the nearby guard. Seems like a lot of guards for one man. You must be popular. Pernisk raises a brow. Sure, right, very perceptive. This business attracts some less pleasant types. Sometimes the clientele get a little pushy, and every so often, someone even turns out to be snooping into things they shouldn't, and lessons have to be taught. His face shivers with a quick, unreadable emotion. I'm sure you're too smart to get wrapped up in all of that, of course. I keep it simple. If you have the coin, I have the Cipher. You're free to make use of the premises, so long as you don't do anything stupid and you don't get to tangling with the other customers. Now, Pernisk claps his hands together. What can I get you? Well, what's Cipher, firstly? Are you serious? Pernisk eyes you with suspicion, then disbelief. Cipher's worth every pound, my friend. It's incredible. Lets you see your own soul. And you're looking at Defiance Bay's first and foremost Cipher merchant. Alright, show me your stock. Alright, he just has Cipher, so fair enough. His old self. Uncover what happened at Pernisk's house in Copperlane.
Welcome.
Pernisk grins. You're back. Anything I can do for you? No, that's alright. Well, why would I need to... What does it mean, uncover what happened? Where's the quest? Can't remember the name. His old self. Something unusual is happening in a house in Copperlane. A man named Pernisk is acting strangely. Is he acting strangely? I think I'll need to verify that with others.
I'm on the trail.
I don't propose going upstairs just yet. Hopefully that guard doesn't return to his old spot. I think now that we've bribed him, it's permanent. We'll come back to Pernisk's house once we find out a bit more about what's going on. Let's go to the inn. Maybe we could go down for a quick look and come right back out. Say we found nothing. What's this we? Dalton's your friend, not mine. I don't know about lying to Dalton, to be honest. It's not right. Alright, so we've got this Stelgar's pelt is thick with dust and moths. The plaque below the beast reads Maiden Falls 2682. Welcome to the Goose and Fox. Errol of Levi looks on enigmatically from the canvas. Lively place,
Yes?
isn't it? You'll find all sorts. Everyone's a philosopher here. Bunch of backer NPCs. Another backer NPC, so it looks like Bishop is the only non-backer NPC so far. Bodyguard and a noble. Nothing loosens tongues like a good pint. Are you here for some words of wisdom too? You hear this guy? Mad, I tell you. No, I didn't. What was he saying? The sanitarium gets a bad name in some quarters, but they'll solve the legacy. No mistake. My employer here is a man of strong opinions. Oh, that's why he's got a bodyguard. I've stopped listening. I'm just here because he keeps buying drinks. I was just telling this lucky young lad all about the backstage maneuverings in Defiance Bay. When Whitaker takes back her throne, every man shall be happy in his place. Not like those dozens upstarts. Right. They used to get him into trouble, so he hired me. I haven't said a word in 20 minutes, he just keeps going. Yeah, that sounds right. I can't say I'm surprised. It's a good place to unwind between jobs. Sometimes I even find new ones. Kenra. Oh, wasn't that the name in Pernisk's house? A dragon is outlined in charcoal pencil. The thick, jagged lines and the faint smell of sulfur suggest that the artist completed this sketch in a hurry. Cliff Dragon, White March, 2685.
I've got it. Finished.
Nice. Bartender's Ring. 20% damage against spirits, vessels, and +5 will. Cool. This simple wooden ring is orange and grey, and it glows when you're not wearing it. The ring's actual history is more speculation than fact. While all sources agree that it was owned by Errol of Levi, and that he acquired it after a period of exile, stories differ on the particulars of how he got it. Some say it was a gift from one of the gods, and others say it was the boon of a pact he made with a wicked power. Well, in any event, it's mine now. Brad Furis. Funny name. Some merchants and an actor. Hate to say it, but the legacy's been good for business. The painting depicts Glanfathan ruins, and the canvas bears the rough brushstrokes of a talented amateur. Ibrel's Well, 2665. You've come to talk some sense into this fellow, I hope. It's driving people out of these stagnant backwaters and into the cities. What the Deerwood really needs is strong urban growth. Very political in this inn. I was told Errol left the inn after falling in love with a woman from Salona. This is a country of frontiersmen and farmers. We're not like the republics. The Deerwood's strength has always come from rugged, independent types. Cram us into the cities, and we'll be at each other's throats. Pretty strong disagreements there about urbanization. A dwarf and an Orlan debate philosophy on the other side of the curtain. Alright, let's speak to Bishop. What's in there? Oh, just ale. Okay.
Hello.
The man behind the bar is nearly the size of an Amawa. A handle protrudes from his back, and his face is set in a stoic frown. He gives you a small nod. Here for a drink? There's a tiny pewter cup in front of him. He turns it in one broad hand, but doesn't drink from it. Yeah, this is a lively place. It was founded in the early days of Deerwooden independence by a traveling scholar named Errol of Levi. He wanted a place where kith of all backgrounds could gather and hash out the issues facing their new country. He rests his elbows on the polished wood of the bar. It didn't take long for the place to fill up. Brackenbury aristocrats argued with dock workers from the Gift, while soldiers wrangled with politicians. Deerwoodans have never been known to turn down an argument. He takes a sip from the tiny cup. What happened next? Yeah, I can imagine things got interesting. Soon, kith were coming from the farms and settlements, too. He waves at the door, as if expecting a crowd to bustle in. This place got even more popular with the Valian sailors than the salty mast. And that was the problem. He drains his cup. No matter what people say about fair-mindedness and civil debate, there's only so much people will tolerate. Errol found himself on the wrong side of an argument with the wrong Thane, and when he disappeared a few days later, some said it was the work of that Thane. He shrugs, spreading his hands over the bar as he surveys the room. But Errol knew which way the wind was blowing. If you ask me, he skipped town, hid out somewhere, hoping for rational minds to prevail in Defiance Bay. He cracks a wry grin. If only he could see it now. Tell me about yourself. Name's Bishop. Used to be a scholar of Barath. Now I run the Goose and Fox and keep the regulars in line. He shifts, and you see a warhammer strapped to his back. What more is there to tell? Well, how'd you go from religion to taverns, for one? The journey isn't as long as you'd think. It started with Hollowborn, and with this. He takes a black bottle from under the bar and fills the pewter cup. It was my sister's son. He takes a drink. At the beginning of Widewind's legacy, he was one of the first. I never expected there would be so many after him. Tragedy is part of the cycle, but it's followed by rebirth. Yet every year more parents were grieving for their Hollowborn children, and the gods were silent. So you lost your faith? He leans forward, crossing his arms on the bar. Barath promises rebirth, cycles, but the only cycle I found was this one. He taps the bar. Have a drink, have another, and another until I couldn't remember how I got home. Wake up, come back. I finally woke up one day to see my family had packed up and left. For all I know, they'd left days before and I just hadn't noticed. But they were gone, so I came here. I've cleaned up since then. Not that I've found my answers. He tosses the cup back. I've just stopped asking questions. Okay, on that happy note, I'll order some refreshments. And he sells a yellow Labrador. This small yellow dog seems singularly happy to accompany you, panting merrily as it lopes beside you. Yeah, let's buy the dog. Why not? And then he's got some other stuff. We'll buy some camping supplies. It's fine. Just to fill out the one we're missing. And yeah, other food. Some of it's pretty good. Okay, and that'll do. Should we swap out our current dog? We've got the Black Hound. Maybe we'll swap it out for the Labrador. There you go. Oh, the Labrador looks weird. But that's alright.
Hello.
Can I get a room? Okay, so 1 perception and resolve, 1 intellect, 2 law, 2 dexterity, 1 survival. That's quite good. 1 athletics, 1 mechanics, and ranged accuracy. That's also quite good. Fletcher's stay. Expensive though, but even the common room charges a little bit.
Welcome.
I'm looking to hire an adventurer. Okay, same option as before. Alright, that's fine. Okay, let's go speak to Kenra. Oh, and we can explore upstairs too. I didn't even see that before. Yeah, there's a whole upstairs area. A woman sits by herself, spinning something on the table in front of her and watching it with furious intensity. It's about the size of a coin, and it wobbles over a crack in the wood with a metallic rattle. She snatches it up with one hand and slams a half-empty cup down on the table with the other. This is not a good time. You look like you could use another drink. I'll get there. She takes a long drink from her glass, just trying to calm down, and trying to talk myself out of something foolish. Something foolish? She says nothing for a few moments, as if hoping you'll leave. At last, Kenra looks up at you, and lamplight falls across her face. A purpling bruise is blossoming along her cheekbone. There's something I need to give to my fiancé, Pernisk, only he doesn't seem to go anywhere without his new friends, and they're not exactly pleasant company. Who hit you? She shakes her head. I know how this looks, but you don't understand. It's not like Pernisk. It's these new friends of his. They've brought out the worst in him. Okay. Tell me about these new friends. They come into our house with their dead eyes and their black teeth. I'm not a fool. I know what it means. Pernisk makes me leave when they show up, but it's obvious what they come to do. Last time they came, I told them to get out. Let them have their fun somewhere in the gift, but not under my roof. She scowls and then winces, her fingertips gently probing her bruise. Svef changes you, I guess. The Pernisk I knew wouldn't have squashed a spider. I never thought he'd... She trails off, still feeling the swollen, discolored flesh. I thought Svef just made people lay around not doing much. Kenra shrugs. I don't really know. Seems better than believing he's always been this way. I'm not really in the mood for small talk. Yeah, tell me what's going on at your home again. Yeah, tell me what Svef is. I don't see the joke. She eyes you suspiciously. You really don't know? It's a shrub, I think, from out in the mountains somewhere. It has dark berries, and they treat them somehow, make this pulpy paste. You rub it into your gums, and you're supposed to see, I don't know, amazing things, your own soul. People who use it, that's all they do. They lay around, seeing things, for days. Have you gone to the Crucible Nights? To tell them my fiancé hit me? She shakes her head. They'll just tell me to stay away from him. They've got too many other problems to worry about a domestic dispute. Yeah, just thought you might need a hand. Alright. Now we've read all that. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, maybe I'll go talk to him. Her hand rests on the table, and she clenches it into a white-knuckled fist. There's nothing more to say to him. We're finished. I just want to give this back to him and have a clean break. She opens her hand, and a ring clatters onto the table. It was his grandmother's. Even after this, I don't have the heart to sell it off. But if I go back there myself, I know what'll happen. I lose my temper, and I'll probably wind up with another one of these. She points to her bruise. Alright, I'll take it to Pernisk then. That's fine. She looks at you and nods. The house is just north of here. Just, please don't hurt him. As furious as I am, I don't want that on my conscience. Kenra looks up at you as you approach. What happened with Pernisk? Did you give him the ring? Not yet. I will do it though. I'll be back. So we've got Kenra's ring. So we'll do that. But let's just have a look upstairs first. Is it loading?
You must.
There we go. All right. So there's a few people up here. Scattered amongst such titles as Flora of the Living Lands, Unity in Disunity, A History of the Deadfire Archipelago, and treatises on the Colkland people are half a dozen travel journals held together with twine.
And what does the flame reveal?
So there's a few people there we can chat to, but let's just have a look around first.
I'll get it open. Finished.
Not bad. Old Valia, Southern Coast, circa 2670 AI. So, Harrod Rowell, Ishana Glynn. I don't think those are backer NPCs. So we should speak to them. We've got The Most Unfortunate Tale of Farvia and Bernard, a Valian Tragedy. Grab that. The pages of these old books are crisp and fragrant with the salt of a sea breeze. And then some backer NPCs here.
I'll get it open. Finished.
Alright. And what's in this room?
I'll get it open. Finished.
Nothing too interesting. Alright, let's speak to these two first. Shana Glynn and Harrod Raoul. Oh, they are background NPCs. Maybe these ones are too, but just in case. A burly Amawa raises a hand in greeting. Dead-on is busy filing a spur off of a small round bullet. Ilfa nods at you, a pint in one hand and a mace slung over her shoulder. The Orlan woman nods at you, a cup of wine in hand and a scepter across her lap. Okay, maybe this guy will speak.
Hello.
Aha. Two-tone Weexel, or Wexel. An Orlan man relaxes with his feet propped on the table. Patches of dark brown skin peek out from under a full mane of blue-green hair. He and the Orlan woman with him exchange laughs and comments with the trio at a nearby table, and he spins a dagger in his hand. His hazel eyes watch you. You look like you've seen a night or two in the wilds. Joining us for a drink? Who are all of you? The name's Two-Tone Wexel. The lady next to me is Key. We've had our fun with the expeditions, but we were hoping to enjoy a little peace and quiet. For the next few weeks, anyway. A man at the next table nods at you. I'm Dreadshot Dayton. This is Hurdy and Ilfa. We were part of separate expedition teams, but we both suffered losses and decided to band together. He ticks several items off his fingers. Beasts, barbarians, Beowicks. It's a dangerous time to be an adventurer, but a prosperous one, too. At the next table, Daedon raises his glass. And here's to many more prosperous journeys. Is there something else you wanted? No, that's alright. That's all.
How do you do?
Back again, I see. Okay, I have nothing else to say. And nothing else to do up here either, so let's descend. And we'll go and explore that last house. That wasn't marked on the map. Hopefully it's got something interesting inside. Okay. Langdon and Dirty Rigbit. Okay. Right. Everyone knows the plan? Up the wall and in the window, grab the jewel for the pretty little lord. We got it. Listen, dwarf, if I have to... Langdon, we have company. What's going on here? A smile like a ragged scar stretches across the man's face. That's the least of your concerns, friend. You've made a grave mistake coming here. He raises his blade. Oh, okay, alright. That's not very friendly. I think we're gonna have to try and... I reckon we just whack them with that. Ooh, that was a big hit. Can you just heal instantly? That oh, it knocked me down. Can you knock him down? This is a pretty well balanced party by the looks of it. And I'm a little concerned. And I don't think I can... Maybe I can charm Langdon. Oh, there goes Charm. Alright, I could charm Langdon, so that's something. Can you go hit Slag? Can you go hit Surika?
Can you hit Zurich at 2? And can you finish off Daisy? Oh, why? I just charmed him and you shoot him in the face? You serious? This isn't going too well, I have to say. Let's try that. Need something to... Probably shouldn't have put violence up front like that. That's alright, I think we'll still win this. It's a bit of a painful fight. Finish the bloody barbarian. I probably could have done that a lot better, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright. No idea what they were going to do. Thieves' letter. Our contact inside Raymont Manor will leave a second-story window ajar. He's confirmed the location of the heart of the White March in a hidden chamber. Get your crew together and head to Brackenbury before Lord Raymont moves the jewel. A.D. Who's A.D.? A 2-story job. Tell somebody about the plot. Sarika's grimoire. That could be useful. Pistol, hunting bow.
Slow and silent.
I've got it. Finished.
What's on the table? Just some coins. A few bedrolls and spare tunics are bundled in the corner. Long, jagged tears slice across the garden scene in this painting.
Worth a look.
Moonstone. Nothing else in here. Probably something at the back here. Should maybe save in case it's more. Okay. House Dominel.
Found
Crap
something.
on that. Muddy boot prints and splotches of ale stain the bed sheets. It's a big bed. Dunrid Row. Okay. Tell someone about the plot. I don't know who to tell, to be honest. I guess we could try tell... maybe we'll go to the expedition hall. Let's see if they have anything to say about it.
Gilded Vale? And you're close to home.
Close can mean a lot of things.
Surely you'll go back when this is all over.
Dunno. Guess that all depends.
So Sagani was asking if Adair's from Gilded Vale. Yeah, let's go. Let's ask. Let's ask Wenin and Osric. Okay. Wenin does not give a shit. Nor Osric. I don't know who I can tell about it. I unintentionally thwarted the would-be thieves when I stumbled upon their hideout. Okay, so I could speak to Lord Raymond and the person who has the initials AD. I don't think I've come across anyone with the initials AD. There was Kenra, Pernisk, Ludmala, Corrin, Grimdar. I don't think there was anyone...
Never been to Narsitark. Is it very cold? What creatures wander the tundra? How are your leaders chosen?
Do you always ask this many questions?
Well, that's just to get us started. Let me get out some parchment for notes.
Ask whatever you want. If I don't know, I'll make something up.
Alright, let's go back to Pernisk. Deliver that ring, and we should check upstairs as well. Pernisk grins. You're back. Anything I can do for you? Give him Kenra's ring. Kenra asked me to give you this. Pernisk takes the ring and turns it around in his fingers. Nice. What's this for? Yeah, no wonder Kenra's left you. Pernisk laughs. Oh, yeah, I see now. She's making a statement, is she? Good riddance to her, then. Sorry I ever spent the coin to begin with. Now, is that all? What? Seems a difficult thing to forget, giving your grandmother's ring to someone. Yeah. And how dare you hit your own fiancé too, but let's go with this first. Maybe she's just not worth remembering, eh? Pernisk snorts. While you're playing lapdog for her and all, why don't you go back and tell her to keep clear of here? Well, how dare you hit her, you bastard? She was asking for it, Pernisk growls. Sort of like you right now. Maybe you ought to quit digging around in affairs that don't concern you. Me, I've got business to get back to. He points. Door's that way. Yeah, something's not right here, and I don't plan on leaving until I find out what's going on. Then you won't be leaving at all, friend. I was tired of wearing this face anyhow. He raises his voice. Guards, to me. What do you mean wearing this face? Nirid. Interesting. So, that wasn't Pernisk at all. Oh, this is going to be a difficult fight to have. Does our yellow Labrador have health? It looks like it does on the screen there, but surely not. Let's do that. Let's knock him down. Let's hobble him. Shoot him.
Yes.
See if we can finish up. Or he casts Stop! Nirid staggers back, holding a bloody hand in front of him. I give up. Just leave, and I'll go peacefully, alright? You can go peacefully into my dungeon, yeah. How about that? He flinches, regret already building behind his eyes. If that's my only choice. Okay, alright, so he goes to my dungeon. I still have to finish these mercenaries, apparently. Can I charm one of them? I can. Let's do that. Let's do... not that. Let's do that for those ones. I'll just use that. We may as well use that because I'll probably rest. And you can keep hitting them. In fact, you can just use that. Alright, so that's that done. We've captured Nerid. Just going to drop a save there. So, it wasn't what's-his-face at all. It wasn't Pernisk at all, it was...
Let's go!
Seriously, the one we bribed is gonna fight us? Seems a bit like a stupid decision for him. But yeah, so it wasn't Pernisk at all, it was some dude called Nerid. Weird. So I wonder what was upstairs then. Oh, maybe the real Pernisk was upstairs. I mean, that would make sense.
Steady does it.
Oh, there's more mercenaries. Elementary Glanfathen. And Adiri Customs. Alright, that's a big group, so let's use that. We'll use that over there. They went down pretty quickly, actually. All things considered. Bunch of fine weapons, cool. And a key, a rusty bronze key. Again, let's take everything except the key, because we might be able to get some additional experience for unlocking it on our own.
Hello? Hello?
It appears as though someone rummaged through this uneven row of books in a hurry. These jars are chipped and cracked, as if knocked to the ground and set back in place. Diran dialects.
I'll get it open.
Yeah, see, we can unlock that.
Finished.
180 XP. Not a huge amount, actually, but something. Aha! The real Pernisk lives. Oh! One side of the overturned vase is splotched with crimson. Someone has gathered sheets and towels into a makeshift bed. The rumpled fabric is stiff with blood and unwashed sweat. Pernisk, what are you doing here? A man lies bound and bloodied on the floor before you. His face is a tapestry of bruises, and blood is spattered across several corners of the room. The man cringes and sobs as you approach. Gods, please, please, no more. I can't take any more. Well, don't worry, I'm not here to hurt you. The man pauses, gazing up at you. You're not? Oh, praise Barath. You're not one of his men, are you? He glances nervously behind us. He shakes his head. Please, I don't know who you are, but my name is Pernisk. This is my house. You have to help me. Then who was that downstairs? An imposter. Some wizard named Nerid. He came into my house, tied me up in here, tortured me, and now he and his men are eating my food, breaking my things, selling Svef, inside my own house. He blinks. I do get the impression you're hiding something. This would be a lot easier if you weren't trying to hide something. Pernisk looks away, unable to meet your gaze. You figured me out even faster than my supplier. I may have hung onto a tiny portion of his share, but I needed that money. So you're a Sphef dealer. Pernus winces. Look, I know it's not the best line of work, especially with all that's happened, but it pays well. Very, very well. And, well, people want that stuff, don't they? What did your... But is it worth all this, losing Kenra? Pernus grimaces. I have to. I'm sorry, I don't have any other trade. Nothing that's going to support us. Someday, I'll get out of the business, when we don't need it anymore. Okay, and what did your supplier do? He sent over the wizard, Nirid, the man downstairs. Pernus shudders. To make up the lost copper, I guess. And to hurt me while he was at it. It feels like it's been days. Well, I've taken care of Nirid, but yeah, hold still, I'll get you free. No, wait, Pernus says, his eyes wide with panic. I can't go out there. Not while he's downstairs. I've been tied up for gods know how long. Please, you have to kill him. Well, he's already taken care of, so don't worry. Pernus stares at you. I can't believe this nightmare is finally over. He grins weakly, then seems to remember something. You've no idea what you've done for me, but... He looks up at you and away again. I need to find my love, Kenra. Only after whatever Nirid put her through. I'm afraid she won't give me a chance to explain. But she might listen to you. Please, she must be somewhere in Copperlane. It's the only home she's known. And please don't tell her about the Sphef, about what I do. I could make it worth your while. A discount, maybe. So I could be aggressive with this guy. Or I can be honest, or Kenra sent me here in the first place. Don't push your luck. I think I'm gonna... Yeah, here's my counteroffer. I tell her whatever I please, and you still give me that discount. Pernus yelps in fright. Absolutely. Please don't hurt me. You can tell her whatever you like. I'll have some supplies here for you, whenever you want. Please, just make sure she's okay. Thank you for all your help. If you find Kenra, I promise I'll make it worth your while. Alright. We'll go back to Kenra, but I'm going to do that in the next episode. We're going to leave it here for the moment. And I will catch you next time. Thanks for joining me. As always, if you're enjoying the content, feel free to like and subscribe. Drop any comments on the video, and I'll see you next time.